The opinions and views expressed here solely belong to the authors and do not necessarily reflect those of the Department of Defense, DoD, or its components. Any mention of commercial products or services does not imply DoD endorsement. Additionally, the presence of external hyperlinks does not signify DoD's approval of the linked websites or their contents, products, or services. IAW All Now 24/25. Names and ship names changed for privacy and storytelling.
Hey guys, I'm Buddy. I'm an active duty CSS2, and somehow I got stuck doing this instead of meal prep. I didn't ask for the drama, but if I'm here, I'm telling it exactly like I see it.
Hey y'all, I'm Shawntel, the Navy spouse who married into this mess. I absolutely hate drama, but unfortunately, the drama loves me. I've lived through the deployments, clocked the scandals, and honey, I definitely saved those receipts. If it's messy, I've got the full timeline.
Welcome aboard. I'm Dani, your trans troublemaker, chaos creator, and scandal-stained storyteller. With a flair for the forbidden, if it happened behind closed hatches or under the cover of night, I'm dragging it straight into the light.
And this is...
Deployed the drama.
Let's get started. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Deploy the Drama, the podcast where military life is messy and we're just here to spill it.
And today, baby, we're diving deep into one of the most asked questions we hear from the outside world. But, like, what do Navy people even do?
Because let's be real, not everyone is out here jumping out of helicopters or disarming bombs. Some of these jobs are wild, some are boring, and some sound fake as hell.
But they're all real, and they all keep the Navy running. Kind of like the one guy at work who does absolutely nothing until the system crashes, and then suddenly, he's the hero.
Right? So today we're interviewing real sailors from different parts of the Navy, the sub life, all of it. We're picking up the curtain on what these jobs actually look like.
And trust, you are not ready for some of these stories. We got people sleeping next to torpedoes, breaking bones in training, and somehow still getting yelled at for uniform violations.
So whether you're in the Navy, married to life, or just curious why someone's whole job is manning a printer in a war zone, this episode is for you.
Let's get into it. Okay, ladies, sip slow because this story is serving sabotage, stolen hoodies, and straight up evil espionage. Winos, grab your favorite glass. I'm drinking my Roscato, but honestly, I pour till my ancestors tell me to stop. And that usually means the whole bottle's gone before the story even gets juicy. So get comfy, bottoms up, and let's dive into this drama.
Ooh, is this one of those I thought we were friends, but you ruined my husband's career kind of story? I already know someone's going to end up on restricted liberty by the end of this.
So get this. We've got wife A and wife B, both married to second classes, same rate, same division, same command. It started off cool. They were in the same FR Jeep group, used to share rides to events, even hosted game nights together.
That's always how it starts. Spouses trauma bond during deployment, and then something starts getting weird, and then the bragging starts. Wait, who brought the weird vibes first?
Wife B, 100%. Wife A's husband was on his grind. picking up quals, staying late, volunteering for the Christmas party, all of that shit. He was gunning for Sailor of the Quarter, and honestly, he probably deserved it. But wife B's husband? Meh. He was doing the bare minimum and somehow complaining about being overlooked.
Is giving main character energy with background character worth ethic. I'll say it again for the rates in the back.
So, eval season rolls around and the tension starts. Wife B starts dropping little comments in the FRG group chat. Like, I guess some people have more time to suck up to leadership than actually work, knowing damn well who she was talking about.
Not subtweeting in the group chat. I would have added her to my block list so fast. She's typing into the void.
Then she takes it a step further. She starts casually DMing one of the LPO's wives. And y'all know those are the gatekeepers of command gossip. She starts saying things like, "Oh, hey, did you hear that Petty Officer A left early a few times last month?" Or, "I saw him at the mini mart on base during working hours."
Girl, tattling like a fifth grader. Are we passing notes or writing evals now? And how is she that concerned about someone else's husband's whereabouts unless she's tracking them harder than her own man?
Well, it worked. Well, I mean, kind of. 2 days before the eval board met, wife A's husband got called in for a verbal counseling about his professional presence and time management. No paper trail, just enough to spook leadership into dropping him from consideration.
That's petty. That's petty. With a purpose? She didn't even need proof. She just needed to plant the seed. Maybe loves hearsay if it comes with just enough spice.
So, eval day hits. Wife B's husband wins Sailor of the Quarter, and wife B acts like she won it. First off, we all know those type of wives, using their husband's rank as their own. She's in the group chat like, "Hard work pays off, y'all." And I swear, she dropped a Canva graphic.
Not the Canva post. Did she add a glitter text? Because I feel like that's her aesthetic.
Worse, she posted a selfie in his command hoodie, which, by the way, wasn't his. She took it out of someone's locked supply locker without permission and tagged the location like she was checking into brunch.
Command hoodie doesn't mean command respects this. That's theft, ma'am.
But it gets juicier. Turns out she wasn't just shady, she was sloppy. She left her text open while showing pictures to someone at the FRG event. And they saw messages where she literally typed out, "He wasn't going to win anyways. I just helped speed up the process."
So what happened? Please tell me Karma showed up in uniform. Ooh, the devil works hard, but the screenshots work harder.
Sure to fuck did. Wife B gets called in with her husband because she posted a photo from inside a restricted space and tagged her location. Leadership, doing their own thing, starts digging. And then the cherry on top, she's been DMing a first class from another division. And let's just say the messages weren't innocent.
That's a Sailor of the Quarter disqualification, a marriage counseling session, and an NJP all wrapped in one. She's out here trying to get her man promoted while flirting with someone else's eval board.
Yup. Her husband got hit with a misconduct review, lost his NAM, and now they're PCSing early. Not by choice.
So, moral of the story is if your eval depends on sabotage and side pieces, maybe you're not the Sailor of the Quarter. Maybe you're the villain of the quarter.
Period. Stay in your lane. Hydrate and let your man earn his evals the honest way.
All right, we're refilling these glasses because the drama was dry, but we are not.
That's wine time, y'all. Saltier than mid-watch chow. I'm Shawntel, passing the mic to Dani so he can give a deep dive beneath the wave into a story that gives me chills to think about.
The ocean holds secrets. Some are lost beneath the surface, some sunken ships, some ghost stories, classified missions. But sometimes the real danger doesn't come from the deep, it comes from someone standing right beside you. This is Beneath the Wave, and today we're telling the story of a man trusted with the Navy's most guarded nuclear secrets, who decided to put a price tag on national security. This is the story of Jonathan Toby, the nuclear engineer who tried to sell submarine intelligence to a foreign country in a peanut butter sandwich. Jonathan wasn't a sailor. He didn't wear a uniform. He was a civil he was a civilian nuclear engineer working for the US Navy with high-level clearance and direct access to information on the Navy's most advanced submarines. Specifically, the Virginia-class nuclear-powered attack subs, one of America's deadliest underwater weapons. These submarines are quiet, fast, and armed for warfare. Knowing how they're powered, operated, and deployed, that kind of info could cripple the US Navy if it fell into the wrong hands. Jonathan had a quiet life in Annapolis, Maryland, and was married, had 2 kids, and lived in a comfortable suburban neighborhood. He drove a minivan, hosted barbecues, and in 2020, he decided to commit espionage. In April 2020, Jonathan sent a letter to a foreign government, the name of which has never been officially released. He offered classified Navy documents in exchange for cryptocurrency. But the country didn't bite. Instead, they turned to the FBI. And just like that, a sting operation was born. For over a year, undercover FBI agents posed as foreign intelligence officers, luring Jonathan in through encrypted messages. He believed he was communicating with a foreign spy agency. He had no idea he was being played by his own country. The FBI let him think he was in control. They arranged a series of dead drops where Jonathan would leave SD cards packed with Navy submarine secrets in exchange for crypto payments. In one drop, he hid the card inside half of a peanut butter sandwich and left it at a secluded site in West Virginia. Another time, he wrapped it in chewing gum foil. The information he shared included reactor data, submarine operation protocols, performance specs, and more. It wasn't just embarrassing, it was dangerous. Had this been real, foreign natives could have exploited our submarines' weakest points, tracked them, or even replicated US designs. The weirdest part? He didn't act alone. His wife, Diana, a teacher, went along with him on these drops. She served as a lookout. When they were arrested in October 2021, the FBI caught both of them red-handed at a drop site. She was reading a spy novel, and he was wearing a COVID mask and sunglasses. Jonathan believed they were untouchable. That because they weren't in uniform. They'd fly under the radar. But when the feds searched his home, they found everything: crypto wallets, encrypted drives, and letters proving his intent. In 2022, Jonathan pled guilty to violating the Atomic Energy Act and attempted espionage. His original plea deal would give him 15 to 17 years in prison, but the judge rejected it as too lenient. Eventually, he was sentenced to over 19 years behind bars. Diana, his wife, got nearly 22 years. The military community was stunned. This wasn't a foreign agent or a rogue sailor. This was a civilian contractor. The guy no one looked twice at, betraying secrets that sailors and submariners died to protect. Jonathan didn't sink a ship. He didn't fire a weapon, but he almost gave away the Navy's most advanced secrets for money, ego, and some crypto coins. The scariest part? There are more Jonathans out there. People who blend in, who wear polos instead of uniforms, who know exactly how close they can get to the line before they step way over it. Thanks for listening. I'm Dani, and this has been Beneath the Wave. Stay sharp, stay safe, and stay tuned. So, yeah, while sailors were diving deep, someone on the surface was trying to sell us all out. That's the thing about Navy life. The danger doesn't always wear a uniform, but not all the drama is classified. Some of it, well, it's straight up messy. So now that we've handled betrayal, espionage, and peanut butter sandwiches with SD cards, let's lighten it up a little bit. I'm tagging Shawntel back in, and this time we're diving into the real chaos that happens on base. The rumors, the roles, the weird jobs, and the people who are still getting paid for them.
Yep, this scuttlebutt is different. We're actually talking to some real Navy folks about what they do. No filters, no acronyms to sound cool. Just the real day to day, the chaos, and some stories you won't believe.
This is CSS2 Mirror. You already know who I am. Let's move on to the next.
This is STS3 Cole. Let's move on to the next.
This is MMA FM Bugno. Back to Shawntel.
So what is your official job title and what do you actually do all day?
My official job title is CSS2, and I cook. That's all I do. I just cook and do paperwork
all day?
day. All day.
Do you think that your rate is respected in the Navy? Be honest.
100%. I think every other rate enjoys having good cooks. Now, when you have a shitty cook, no, we're not respected. But when you have good cooks, yes, we are very respected.
What is the dumbest task you've ever had to do in uniform?
Clean the officer's head
In uniform?
in uniform.
Ew. Okay, and can you explain what a head is?
The head is the bathroom, the toilet, the shower, the floor, the walls.
Ew. If you could change one thing about your command right now, what would it be?
All of it. My command is trash.
We like a few.
Okay, so I like the captain and I like CMC and the XO
And Senior Chief.
and senior, but everybody else is kind of horrible. They literally gave me a P eval even though I try and take over 14 jobs at a time and they tell me no, or they let me have it for 3 days and then take it away from me.
If you could swap jobs with anyone in the military, who would it be?
Jack,
And why is that?
because they're lawyers and I want to be a lawyer.
Okay. If your rate were a high school stereotype, what would it be? Jock, nerd, mean girl, etc.
Oh, that's a good question because we could be jocks depending on if you're a good cook or not. You could be a jock. If you're a terrible cook, then you're probably a nerd. And just there's only two ways to be a cook. You're either really good at cooking or you're really good at paperwork. There's no in between.
What advice would you give someone just joining with your same job?
You could be a cook, just don't go subs. It's trash.
Why?
So being a cook on a submarine, yes, we get the freedom of doing whatever we want to the food to make it taste great without getting in trouble. But you're also the most loved, but also most hated rate as a submariner because we don't
Submariner.
facts. Uh, only submariners can call other submariners.
Here.
However, back to the question at hand. Um, a lot of rates don't think cooks do a lot of work. Where we actually do, we don't do as much as they do, like hands on, but we do a lot. Yeah, we're out of the OCAD or the off crew building when we don't own the boat by 8 o'clock every day, and we only have to show up at 7:30. But that's because we have nothing to do at that period. Once we're on the boat, that's when our work actually starts. And the 3 weeks prior.
And then just a little clarification. Can you explain to the listeners what a CSS2 is?
So a CSS2 is Culinary Specialist Submarines Second Class Petty Officer. Or Petty Officer Second Class, however you want to say it.
Okay. Well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Next. So what is your official job title and what do you actually do all day?
My official job title is an MMA FN. I am in charge of all of like the mechanical systems on the boat. So like hydraulics, high pressure air, sanitations.
The fancy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. The emergency blow systems, all that. The diesel.
Do you think that your rate is respected in the Navy? Be honest.
I feel like we're a respected rate overall. I feel like over the time of the Navy maturing down, I feel like we more like mutualed out with every other rate.
That makes sense. What is the dumbest task you've ever had to do in uniform?
Are we talking about just like on the boat itself or like in general?
In general, in uniform.
About 2 weeks ago, my chief, 3 of our guys failed room inspects. So all of us had to go to their room to go help them clean because they didn't know how to clean
In uniform?
in uniform.
What's the
I was on my way to Texas Roadhouse.
if you could change one thing about your command right now, what would it be?
I'd probably say the ranking status because like overall, I feel like once you get higher up, they feel like they're less obligated to do certain things that you were just trained to do overall. Like that's your job.
That makes a lot of sense. If you could swap jobs with anyone in the military, who would it be?
I'd probably swap jobs with my buddy Colin. He's back up in Ohio. He's a mechanic for the Marines. He works on like all their armored trucks and all that stuff.
That's fancy. If your rate were a high school stereotype, what would it be? Jock, nerd, mean girl?
I feel like the best way to describe us is jock. I'm not sure. Yeah, I feel like that'd be the best way to describe it.
Um, what advice would you give someone just joining with your same job?
Don't do it. For my job, it's just like you have to be a certain type of person to actually make it through it. We have a very high quitting rate for my rate. Like just recently before I joined my command, we had 5 people quit before I went there. They were trying to make me quit.
Oh shit.
Like if you cannot like tough it out and deal with the job, they want you gone.
And can you explain what your job is? Like the acronyms or whatever it is.
Oh, I'm a machinist mate auxiliary man or men.
Second, first, third.
I'm fireman.
Oh, you a wee woo.
Yeah.
He's a wee woo. No. He said he was a wee woo.
He is way lower than us.
Yeah.
E3 is that a third class to officer?
No. E4.
E4 is third class petty officer. E3 is fireman.
Or
He
C
is
is.
2 ranks lower than me.
Okay.
It just depends on how you want to word it.
Yep. Okay.
Good thing is he's from a different command than us, which is why we can hang out with him.
Pretty
That
much.
makes
Yeah.
sense. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
See, at least me and you are, respectable in our sexuality that we don't kiss men.
I mean, I do kiss men, but not you. You're not my type.
Good.
You forgot you was bi for a second, didn't
I did.
So what is your official job title and what do you actually do all day?
So my job title is STS3, which is Sonar Technician Submarines, third petty officer, third class. My job consists of using fairly high-tech sensors and complicated systems that do all our algorithms for us to basically place ships and other entities in the water with direction, range, their speed, and their capabilities. So knowledge on enemies, or not enemies technically, but other nations and their warship capabilities is highly important for my job and how they look on the screens. There's a lot to go into it, but the most simple form of it is I sit in a dark room and look at 2 computer screens, depending on which job you have. We have 5 watches, which are broadband, narrowband, class, aux, and our supervisor, which is called soup. And each one of you have a specific purpose. So broadband specific purpose is to gain every trace that could be a contact, so a boat that is in the water, and make sure a contact follower is following it. And that's because it gives data to fire control and other stuff we can follow. Class is to listen to it, look at the trace dynamics, look at the narrowband. So when I say broadband and narrowband, think broadband is listening to music and you have music playing in different directions, but you can tell which music is playing where. Narrowband is then zoning in on one direction and saying, "Oh, they're playing a trumpet, they're playing a trombone, they're playing a flute." So that's narrowband. So we take narrowband data and basically we know how certain ships look because we know what machinery they have on them. And I was like, okay, that's a merchant ship. Oh, that's a warship. Oh, that's a fishing vessel. And then your narrowband is the one that is trying to find other submarines in the water. And your aux works with your soup on maintaining discipline in the shack, along with if we do find other warships or submarines out there, they are the one to track them and basically give you solutions. So range, speed, direction, and give you detailed data on what are their capabilities. Like, will this be a threat to us? Will it not be a threat to us? things like that. And your soup is the one who conveys it all to control. The captain is listening in. We're one of the few rates on the boat that has a captain level qual.
Yeah. Do you think that your rate is respected in the Navy? Be honest.
So I do, but it is downplayed because when we give the checkout for sonar, we give them the bare minimum. It's literally learn what each person does at each watch station and what sensors we have on the boat, and that's it. Whereas if I was to go do an A gang checkout or a nuke checkout, I literally have to learn how all their machinery works and the number of pistons in the diesel. We do not make people do what they should for a sonar checkout to respect us, I think.
What is the dumbest task that you've ever had to do in uniform?
So the task I hate the most is actually in the off crew office when it should be the chillest time. And it's a building that is a secure building. You have to have a badge to get into the building. And then each boat that is stationed here has their own personal like room that splits off into multiple rooms when you get in there. But at the front door of that room is a guy who stands there and just watches people walk in because that's your job.
Peanut butters then too, don't you?
Yes.
Oh, I hated that.
Yes, you have to be in our Navy service uniform and it's used. And your only other really job is to answer a phone and then mark on a board whether Captain Cobb or XO is in or Doc. So some of those people are like, if they're in or out, but literally all those people's offices are within 10 steps of that fucking stand where you just sit there. And then if other so it's supposed to be a security thing, correct? But mind you, everyone who goes into a building is supposed to have a badge anyway or be escorted by someone. It's already being checked. Everyone who is in that building is a security measure because if you see someone without a badge, you're supposed to question it. Now, you might say, "Oh, what if someone from a different boat tries to come in your boat?" Because everything dealing with submarines can be top secret, or so you're supposed to have a need to know. We don't need to know what other boats are doing, technically. But if they have the correct numbers to get in that building, they have the correct numbers to go in any room in that building.
Oh.
Almost any room. Some of them are locked with a dial lock.
Which I will add as a cook, we are allowed to go to any boat's office at any point in time just because we can.
So that person standing there is pointless.
It really is. We just walk in and don't even say anything to them.
But that was my most purposeless job I've ever stood. And you can't fall asleep.
No.
You can't
Is
read.
that boring?
You can't read. You can't fall asleep. Like you literally just have to sit there. Some people get to sit if their command is nice enough, but most of them have a podium and you stand.
Mine was nice enough. We had an entire desk and we got to sit. It was in a very uncomfortable chair, but we got to sit.
Yeah.
And that was in Washington.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's 4 hours until lunch. And then you switch with another guy.
Hell no.
Ours was 8 hours. Ooh, fucking lucky.
If you could change one thing about your command right now, what would it be?
Um Honestly, we just got this captain. We just got the new cob. They seem fairly lax, but what my issue with the command is it's very a lot of the people have been there for a long time, so they know each other. So it's very rank doesn't really matter, but like who you know does. And even with that, it's not that important, but they make it a lot more important than it is. But they're also very clicky.
Ooh.
And that's really annoying and it's just counterintuitive.
It's very much like high school.
Yes.
Ugh. Um, what job in the Navy do you think is completely useless and why?
What job in the Navy do I think is completely useless and why?
Did you not ask them that question?
No.
No.
I didn't change anything. That question was supposed to be asked to them too.
Okay, we can answer it now. It's fine. When he's done.
So I'd say the job in the Navy that's completely useless. It's not actually useless, but it's been useless to me every time I've needed them is the CCC, which isn't technically a job. It's a
Collateral.
collateral
And what is the CCC?
career
Command career counselor.
command career counselor. I've never had good ones, and it's always fucked me over.
Definitely the worst job or worst collateral you could have. Personally, I honestly believe that the worst job that you can have would have to be. Yeah, it's hard.
Because Ange does it anyway.
I mean, I mean, I would definitely say A-Inch.
Ange?
A-Inch. His job is fucking pointless. He is the assistant engineer that does the exact same job that the engineer does. So why do we need another fucking officer doing the same thing? It's pointless.
And also, like, when it comes to, like, Ange level things or, like, something he should be able to do, he still doesn't have the authorization to do it.
It's Ange too?
For those, I think it's just like all the like placeholder officers that aren't like department heads. Because like a lot of them are just like there and they don't this much. Like we have like for you guys, I believe it's DSO.
Yes.
You have
Chop serves a purpose. Chop does a job. Hold on.
We do not disrespect Chop, first of all.
You disrespect Chop. You disrespect us, and you disrespect us. You don't get fed.
I have never had a bad shop. I've always had shops that looked out for the boat.
Well, maybe he's had a bad shop.
I've never met
What?
We had Uncrustables for an entire deployment.
Listen, you get a good chop, you're golden. We had an entire underway where we had hardpack, which is considered as ice cream to submariners. Like submariners. Only submariners can say submariners, okay? If you've earned the right, you can say it. Anyway, we had an entire underway where we had hardpack the entire time. It was great.
Look also had. Oh, and then Chop definitely like pre-packed for fucking Steel Beach. So we had burgers on top. Yeah, no, love Chops.
You get a good job. Chop is great.
Ooh, and then Chops are also in charge of command like outings and stuff.
100%. Because
When I was in Florida, I went to the state capitol and went to Tallahassee, watched SFP play against the Raging Cajuns.
because I know that you guys probably think this officer is useless, but the DCA. No other division works with the DCA except for my division.
It's not true. I work with the DCA.
I also worked with the DCA just because I was our DC PO. Like I had to go through the DCA. But yes, the DCA is absolutely fucking pointless.
This can be handled definitely on the chief level.
I can.
Let's get back on topic here. Okay, so we bounce to you. If you could swap jobs with anyone in the military, who would it be?
LS for sure.
Why?
First of all, because their single job is to either approve or deny what you order and then tell you when to pick it up. Or go to the shop and open purchase it. And then they still just bring it and drop it off in front of the boat or in the office and say, "Hey, come get your shit." Oh, what the other part of their job has not offload? All they have to do is schedule someone else to come get it off the boat. Oh, parts? Yeah. We're going to order these parts. They'll be up topside. Hey, divisions, get your RPPO and come get your parts. They just delegate work. It's fucking amazing. I've never seen them on the boat later than maybe like lunch.
I will say I've never seen the LSs on the boat. The three that I've been on, I've never seen them on the boat past 9 o'clock
In the morning?
in the morning.
Job is kosher.
Okay. If your rate were a high school stereotype, what would it be? Jock, nerd, mean girls, etc.
So for sort types, you're one of two ways. Sometimes you can get a little mix, but it's always these two. You're either a jock or you're a nerd. You're either playing video games, you don't leave your room, or you're in the gym all the time. That's the only two ways you can go. And it fits because as a sonar tech, we say you have operators and you have readers. So operators are people who you give them a fucking test, they're gonna fail it. They're not gonna be able to like spit out fucking knowledge and shit like that. But once they sit on that stat and they actually start touching buttons, they know exactly what to do. They can do their job perfectly. Readers, on the other hand, are the opposite. They know that book like the back of their hand. Everything they need to know, they can pass tests, all of that, and give you great knowledge. But when it comes to sitting at that stat, they're fucking useless.
What advice would you give someone just joining with your same job?
Go surface and then go STG.
What's SCG?
So STG is basically sonar tech. Um, I don't remember what the G stands for, but there's two sonar tech positions in the surface. There's your operators and there's your system experts. Basically, SCG is your system expert when I'm pretty sure. But instead of doing both operating the system and the maintenance on it, you just do the maintenance on it. That's only when it breaks. And also, as a surface sonar tech, you don't have all the equipment that we have, all the sensors. And the only time you actually really have to do and use the sensors is if someone has said a submarine has reported that there is another submarine in your area, or there is supposed to be a submarine in your area, and your job is to find it, which is not a surface ship problem, really. So your job doesn't really matter as much because you're worried about other surface ships.
That's enough chaos for one command.
If your raid didn't get dragged today, congrats. You probably don't do much anyway.
We got the scoop, spilled some shade, and maybe learned a thing or two about what actually goes on behind those Navy job titles.
And if you're mad about what we said, you're probably guilty.
That's Scuttlebutt, where the mess ain't always in the barracks. All right, we've heard enough about the job talk, spilling secrets, and dragging a few rates along the way.
But now it's time to get real. Because not everything you hear in the Navy is true. And not everything that's true makes sense.
That's right. It's time for Bullshitter Barracks, where we throw down some statements, hot takes, and straight up wild beliefs.
And figure out if it's total BS or something only military life could actually make real.
Let's get into it. All right, guys, it's that time where we throw out some hot takes, Navy rumors, and straight up mess.
And decide once and for all, is it bullshit or just straight up barracks?
From eval lies to rate stereotypes, we're calling it like we see it. No rank required.
If you get offended, don't worry. That just means it probably applies to you.
Let's get into it.
All right. It says Bullshitter Barracks. Everybody in the Navy works hard, just in different ways.
Barracks.
Barracks. Bullshit. Your call CSs over here.
Bullshit.
It's bullshit?
Mm-hmm.
Whose fucking opinion is this?
I know somebody's lying. Because I seen fuckers leaving at 9 a.m. and I'm there till 19:20 breaking my back. I know somebody lying.
I had to cook, I can tell you that.
I just know
When the boat's on port, we were.
There's no this line because there are people who are about to get out or just don't care anymore and don't put in any fucking effort at all. Not even the minimal amount.
Damn.
I'm talking about going up late 7 days a week, every week.
All right, so we have first classes to do that, but they're retiring.
This is a third class. His first contract. We just came here shit together. Third boat.
Damn. Dani, next question.
Okay. Nukes are just electricians with anxiety.
Sheriffs.
Yeah, barracks.
Yeah, it's barracks.
Bullshit.
It's Barracks. They're smart, sure, but what the they're smart, sure, but if you say reactor 3 times, a stressed out E5 and Crocs appears.
Fucking Barracks.
Well, I don't think this is fair to me and Brittany because we don't know shit about the military. Dani, next question, please.
Admin doesn't actually do anything. They just delay your leave.
Bullshit.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
It's Barracks.
What?
What fucking opinion is this?
If they say it's in the system, just know that means it's either lost, printed upside down, or filed under E.
Filed under oops.
Alright, this has got to be some disgruntled, like, E7's fucking opinion, because that's not true.
I don't know. Somebody got their leave declined. That's what happened.
All right. Aviation is the Navy's real backbone.
Bullshit.
Bullshit.
We all said bullshit.
It is bullshit. The backbone, they're the ones clogging up the gym and asking for a day off every time it rains.
Facts. Fucking facts.
Okay.
The submarine forces backbone.
The supply rate is low-key the most powerful job on base.
Barracks.
100% Barracks.
Fair.
Barracks. I want to call bullshit on that.
It's Barracks. They control the coffee filters, the printer paper, and whether your uniform order actually shows up. It's terrifying.
You're not confident down here, right?
All of that. And you're only saying Barracks because you're married to a supply rate.
Yes, I am.
All right, last one, you guys. Woo! People only pick their rate based on which one gets promoted the fastest.
That's actually Barracks.
Bullshit. I'm going to say bullshit.
I'm also going to say bullshit. Bullshit. So we have 4 bullshits and 1 Barracks. Dani, give us the answer.
All right. Are you sure you guys want to hear this?
Yes.
I need to know.
It is Barracks.
No.
No, it said bullshit.
No.
I chose my rate because it gave me a big bonus. I chose
Eight
because I got a bonus. That ain't with cert yet. But I'm taking fucking advancing this shit.
Ain't nobody picking HT for the love of pipe lifting. Y'all Google the fastest Navy rates before you sign that contract.
No. But okay.
Still fighting me.
I chose CS because I didn't have an option.
I forgot.
It's because you're colorblind.
I forgot.
Sorry. It's only illegal when I say it. Color deficient.
I forgot. You didn't have Google because you're that old.
Okay, I had Google. Just wasn't allowed to use my phone at Max.
All right, and there you have it. Rates, roasted, truths told, and some feelings probably hurt.
All right. Let's wrap up.
No. Refresh it. That's the wrong one.
Quit changing it. Fucking find Bob.
At the bottom of page 7.
It's loading.
Because you wanted to fucking change it.
I start putting it on the TV.
No.
Okay. Go ahead, Dani, one more time.
And there you have it. Rates roasted, truths told, and some feelings probably hurt.
If your job didn't come up, congratulations. You're either safe or not important enough to mention.
That's bullshit or Barracks. Come back next time when we expose more fleet fiction.
That's bullshits or Barracks, baby.
Woo, you made it through that. Congrats. You officially survived another round of Navy drama, secrets, and all.
From espionage sandwiches to shop gossip and a few hot takes in between. This episode had it all.
Whether you're out to sea, stuck on duty, or just hiding in your car for a break. Thanks for letting us take up some of your Liberty time.
Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and drop a rating if you love the chaos. And if you've got a wild story, slide into the DMs. Anonymous, guaranteed. MILSO.
We'll be back with more tea, more truth, and more reasons to say, this can't be real. But it is. This is Deployed the Drama, and trust us, the Navy writes itself.